Yeah, what?
What's up?
I'm online.
Did you
Nah,
want to
my
come
bad.
up live?
Yeah, my bad.
There you is.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. How you doing? How's your day?
Ah, good. Busy day, but good. Can't complain.
You feel that I felt different today. You know that?
What the fuck does that mean?
So
Yeah, he Tauruses be freaking me out with that.
so Shar and I are really having this effect on you now, huh?
Yeah, that's
Are
wild.
you packing?
Somewhat. Like I got my bag out. I gotta buy I'm probably gonna need two bags. One's gonna be like for my shoes and like my two basic outfits I'm gonna wear, and then one's just gonna be for my suit.
I had to throw my suit into Nina's suitcase, and then I have like a carry-on that I'm throwing everything in. But I realized that I said I'm going to go to the gym, and I don't have my gym sneakers in there.
That's wild.
And thank God that.
I got a swimming pool where I'm at. It's indoors too.
Oh, nice. I know. I don't think we have a pool. I know that we have. We definitely have the gym there. But Rab Raffinen was like, "Oh, who's going to the gym?" And I'm like, "I am." And then I'm like, "Wait, I don't have my gym sneakers in my bag yet." So if he never said anything, I would have completely forgot.
Rab's going to the gym?
Rob,
Yeah, I know Rob is. I thought you said Rab. I was like, Rab going to the gym? That's different.
I'll believe that when I see it. I'm still waiting for
Damn, it's just a,
Rob has been in the room for 10 minutes. I'm still waiting for him to come up. What makes you think he's gonna come to the gym? He can't even come here.
that's wild. He said he's been in the room for 10 minutes.
I love all
That's
the
funny.
girls. All the girls have been like packing. Like I don't have enough room. They're already like two bags in, and like they still don't have enough room. And I'm like, I packed.
Bruh, you're there for 3 fucking days.
I
Like, relax.
know. I love it. And they're all in panic mode. Dude, my phone has not stopped blowing up from that chat.
That's funny.
Oh, it's hysterical. The panic is real.
I see.
Yeah, I think Tara is. I think you got him on that, Shar.
Wait, y'all got a whole damn, I'm feel excluded. That's crazy.
You know how many different chats we have going on? This is ridiculous.
This is
I
true.
have too many to follow right now.
That's fine. What up, kid? What's going on?
Yeah, how you doing? I think Drew's gonna. Drew may take out my ankles when she sees me because I was laughing about it.
That's funny.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
So we're going bowling on Friday.
Yeah, we are.
Thursday night. Well, you're not here Thursday night, but Thursday night I plan on going with Big E. We're gonna go out and visit some places downtown.
There you
I
go.
don't show up till like 11 at night.
The night's just starting, right?
Yeah, I think so. I ain't trying to say out that like, cause what's up, Steve?
Stevie, how you doing?
I'm not I'm not trying to stay out that long because I got sessions starting at 9 a.m. So 9 to 11 I have sessions, and then I have sessions on I have a one session on Saturday, so it's at 9 a.m. But I'll be good.
Yeah, because you'll still have time to make it for rehearsal.
Yeah, I'll be there for rehearsal. That's not a problem. I'm just talking about for the Friday night when we go out. Yeah, I gotta know my limits on Friday night. I think realistically, because I got work, I'm gonna be cool. Because like I know when I'm in work mode, I'll be like, yeah, I can't have that much fun.
See,
But I got stickers.
nice.
I got stickers with reflexive truth on there.
That's awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, we are so not well. being me alone, we're not prepared. We're kind of all over the place at the moment. So we're gonna have a good time. I think we're just gonna we're gonna enjoy this experience, live it up, enjoy just like being around everyone, and just be in the moment. I think that as busy as we're gonna be, and I know that we're a part of the actual like show itself, is just try to take it all in.
Yeah.
Because I'll be able to
This is,
experience more of this than I did with retreat because I was like sporadically there.
hmm
I kind of want to like get the full experience of just being there. I know I'm missing Thursday, which is fine. It is what it is. But Friday and Saturday, I want to get that full experience of just being in the moment. Jason, what's up, brother? Thank you.
what's up, Jason? What's up? Here's my official business card.
That's good. Yeah,
Open doors by looking in the mirror.
I'm telling you, when you first showed me like the your initial like thought of it and stuff, I thought the color scheme worked. I love the color scheme.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people go dark. I think people go light and airy. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool. Cool to go dark.
Oh, go
What's up, bro? Brandon, what's going on?
Brandon. What's up, brother? Yeah, I think that like you going to that it's definitely unique. It's different. But like if you're gonna say deep thoughts, I when I think of deep thoughts, I don't know why I thought of the darker tone.
Gotcha.
So I don't know what Rab is doing. I hope Tara's not choking him with the tie.
Might be happening. Might not.
Yeah, why not? It'll be interesting. It'll just
If you
be.
don't have anything to talk about, I got my whiteboards.
Oh no, we definitely have stuff to talk about. We are going to talk about JBY, and I want to kind of talk about like what for us. I know this isn't our first meetup. I know this will be. You've been to a few. I know I've been to a couple. Um, like just what do you feel like the expectations of like someone showing up to an event, because not all of us go to a smaller event first. Some of us go to the big one first, and I know that
Yeah.
happened for a few people. So it's almost overwhelming because I felt like when we went to the smaller event in New Jersey last year, that smaller one was overwhelming because it was my first one. The one that, obviously the one we had in April where we just did the stair walk over at Fenway, that was a very small, intimate one. Even though there was a big crowd of people, it was just a team of us that was there. And it was really cool. It was chill. It wasn't anything overwhelming. Um, but when we got to retreat, it was like, holy cow, like there's a lot going on here. Like there's a lot to
Mm.
offer. And I figured that this is gonna be the same type of experience when you come into like an award show, like because now there's the glitz and the glamour of the whole like vibe and feel of it. So you're going
I
from
think
the
the Glisten Gamma is just that Saturday, right? It's not.
it is, but like you're going from the Super Bowl to the Grammys. So like these are basically our two big events of the bariatric community. And then like there's some other ones sprinkled in. I know that we have other ones that go on throughout the community that people throw, and that we haven't been able to attend some of those ones. But it's different. These are the two that obviously we're going to be a part of or have been a part of now. Rab, what's happening, buddy?
What's up, Rabbit?
What's going on?
What, you couldn't
Yo,
decide which hat to
how
wear?
you doing, Cole? Huh?
You couldn't decide which hat to wear?
Yeah, I couldn't decide which hat to wear. No, I actually had to download the update for TikTok. So pissed. I got here early enough and I was like, I was ready at 7:55
I know.
and
I
I'm like,
saw you.
I was so blown, man. But hey, I'm here. Are y'all ready, man? I can't wait to see y'all, man.
I know.
I'm looking forward to it.
So again, and this is another thing. Like we talk about, like this is the experience. So for us, we've had the pleasure of being able to hang out, but now the anticipation of being able to hang out again, because again, we don't get to see each other all the time. We're all in different parts of the country. But for some people,
Hmm.
this is the first time they get to meet a lot of people. Whether they're meeting people that they follow on this platform, or they're meeting people that they've become friends with through the platform. Um, and again, it can be overwhelming because the first time I met Rab and the first time I met you, the anticipation was just like, oh wow, I'm really gonna meet them because you don't like you see I see you guys on the screen, but I've never met you in like at that time I hadn't met you guys in person. When I met Rab, I was like, Rab, I don't mean this to be like in like a weird way, but I'm like, wow, Rab's a lot thinner in person. And for some reason I pictured you being taller. Corby, I didn't picture. I was like, I knew you were tall, but I was like, holy shit, you really are tall. And then you picked me up, and I thought you were gonna throw me over the friggin' railing now. But like, this is like, what was your experience coming into your first like meetup? Like, what was the anxiety? Were there things that you were excited about? Were there things that you almost psyched yourself out of coming to like a big event?
I think I learned just to smile and like really be present with the people because one of the things is people look at us as celebrities in the bariatric community. But on the opposite end, I attempt to try to be as human as possible with people and make them realize like, yo, my experience is maybe something I'm more vocal about, but it doesn't mean that it outshines your experience. So just be you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and again, like we look at our platform, we're not we're not the big creator, and I'll never claim to be. And I love the fact, and you guys hear me say it all the time, is like I like our little live. I like it the way it is because we're not too big to be too big for the community. Because I'll always stand on that aspect of I never want us to be too big that that we'd ever like lose the people that have always been on our followers. I never want to be too big for them because those are the
Understandable.
people. Yeah, I mean they've helped us grow, and these are the people I resonate with. These are the people I interact with. These are the people I cheer on because they cheer me on.
Mm.
Rob, what about
Yeah,
you?
the first meetup I went to was the Canadian meetup. I went up to Canada and I met the good people up there, man. And I got there late because I like to roll up late for some strange reason. And man, uh, Kim, um, Kim stands out, man. Like she was so inviting. Like I knew her forever. Her and her husband, hey, Rap, WT Barry, whatever. It's nice to meet you. It's so inviting, arms open, friendship off the break. I just felt really warm and welcoming, and I was able to like feel comfortable outside of my shell. Like I knew these people forever, and I hung out with the Misties and the Sherrys and the Kims and the bariatric Chris and all the other ones that I met that day, man. And it was a great feeling that I was a part of like this weird friendship that I made with people online, you know,
Hmm.
um, that are experiencing this weight loss journey and being able to share the same identifiers, so to speak. And it just felt comfortable, man. It felt like, acceptance, man. It's always acceptance for me. It's like feeling like I fit in finally, and it just felt
Hmm.
really good. So that first meetup was the icebreaker. And then the second meetup that we had in New Jersey, where I met you, Tony, it was just like, man, let's go. Gun ho. I was happy to meet everybody. I had to, come out of my shell a little bit. And then retreat was on another level because it was just like so many more people. But the more meetups that I go to, the more I see my new friends and we establish these relationships and we feel more comfortable and accepted Man, I just love meetups, man, and I'm really looking forward to this award ceremony that we're going to JBY, just to celebrate each other. I can't wait, and I can't wait to see my friends and my family that I've made here.
And that's the funny thing we talk about, like, being able to see each other, because we don't, again, like, I see you guys right now, but it's different because we get to see each other in person and we get to hang out and actually interact. As much as I love being able to talk to you guys every day like this, or if we talk on the phone, like, hanging out with you guys is a completely different experience, because now we're really like enjoying each other's company, and like we actually get to interact and do stuff, and like we realize how much more we're like, how strong the friendships and bonds we've built just through this community. Because honestly, I can't honestly think about my life without having all of you guys in it now, because it would be so foreign to me, because now you guys are so intricately like involved with my day-to-day life, because we interact with each other. Now it may not be every single day like we did at one point, but like we pretty much are like talking with each other, at some point during the week. And
Yeah, and what do you all think about that? Like, I had Josh on here. Josh just said, all he ever wanted was to, feel like, being accepted and being able to fit in. Being a fat guy, it's really too hard to. Some people don't have an issue or a problem with, feeling like they fit in, but like I never felt like I had a problem fitting in until I realized it when I was in this community, like how much I really didn't really fit in as much as I thought I did. Um, it the whole acceptance deal and actually feeling like you fit in. What I feel from this community is that it doesn't matter how many followers you have. To me, this is just my opinion. For me, I don't really see that you need to have all the followers to feel like you fit in. Because my experience is that I always feel like I'm a part of a family and a community. So it doesn't matter what I look like or what I say or how I'm perceived, because we're all on the same journey. You know, if that makes sense.
so
That makes sense.
So, like, when you think about it, like, yeah, it's not about, how many followers you have, how many likes you get. Yeah, are there people on here that navigate social media this way? Because yeah, it's social media. You make a post, you want to go viral. There are things, where people are selling products. People have, obviously they have affiliation codes. Like, people make their extra money on here, and more power to them.
Mm,
But it doesn't replace the fact of like who the people who are the most important to you, because again, you can't fit in everywhere into this community, but you do fit somewhere in this community, and you fit
yeah.
with the people you resonate with, and you fit with the people. Again, like, yeah, fine, I have whatever 3,000 followers.
Mm,
My friends with all 3,000 of these people? No.
mm,
My circle is very, very small. And pretty much the people that are in our chat groups, or the people that I text with every single day, those are my people.
mm,
I could probably count them on these two hands, and that's it.
All right.
I'm not saying that any of you guys are any less important, like, that are out there that support the platform. But again, like, I appreciate all the support that you guys give us. I cheer you guys on. But there are certain people who are directly linked to my journey personally, as I am linked to theirs. Like, those are the people that, like, we all have our clique, we all have our group, we all have our people, we have our tribe, we have, the people who are our people. That's our circle. And that's where a lot of people resonate, because those are the friendships and bonds that people get. Now, are we friends with a lot of people in this community? Yes, there's a ton of people that I'm friends with. Am I really, really, really good friends? I would hope so. But the people that I talk to are the people that, are the most important in my life.
Hmm.
You guys have a direct impact on my journey. You guys, you guys are my family.
I think what Josh was kind of hinting at, and I'll just show you guys what I have on the board for that, is the concept of love and belonging. So what Josh was kind of talking about is the fact of he wants to be loved for being authentically himself,
Yep.
Hmm.
right? And to be loved, to be authentically for yourself is to mean that someone in the subgroup, say the bariatric community, makes you feel heard, seen, soothed, and accepted for you. Versus what I see a lot of people struggle with is they don't authentically show themselves. They show up how they feel other people are going to make them feel belonged.
Yep.
Right. So they'll start to do things for people to show up in their life for them to be connected. And it's like, okay, well, who are you then? And it's like, well, I've always shown up to to be for what other people validated. So if I had to be the funny guy, if I had to be the fat guy, if I had to be this or that,
Mm,
I'll be that for them so that I can feel validated in their belonging, right? Versus can someone that just accept me for me, and because they accept me for me, I don't have to go chase the feeling of being belonged.
right.
I love the whiteboard.
I love the
Yeah.
I
whiteboard.
do. I'm glad you broke it out.
Yeah,
And the cool thing about this is like one of the key parts is like a lot of people struggle with loving themselves in that sense, you
right.
know.
But right there, DXVS, GXPCOS, XGLP1. People also need to be authentic, not try to build a character identity to be friends with anyone. See, that's the thing. Like, I get that, but like, what about learning how to be accepted? That's a whole other, it's just, it's crazy how like you're not used to being accepted. So now that you're being accepted, you have to relearn and rewire yourself of how to react when you're being accepted and you're not used to it. And some people have trust issues and people just can't get past that trauma that they've experienced while they were fighting obesity. It's just, man,
Well, let's break this down. Do you think we were our authentic self being obese?
absolutely not. Now that I know, I don't think I was being my authentic self. As much as I
I'll
want
say
to
this.
say I'm the realest person ever, I'm real, I'm always trying to be real, I really don't. Not as much as I am now.
I see. Now,
Hmm.
I might disagree with that. I feel like I was more. I feel like I'm still more of like who I was, with the exception that my mindset, as far as how I feel about myself, like I again, I like to crack.
Well, wait. You got to include that, Tony. You're saying that more, right? More of yourself, right? When you like to crack jokes. That's fine. You can be fat or not to crack jokes. Like,
I think
the
I'm
cops.
less self-deprecating.
Okay.
So that I think that's where I feel like I'm more changed in that aspect. Because again, the sense of humor and just being who I was, because me and my like the friends that I have here and the interactions, yes, even with my dog, things haven't changed. My interactions with people haven't changed. My physical appearance has. So the people, again, my friend circle that I have personally, in my life here, again, very small. I don't have a very big group of friends.
Do you feel more connected to the skinnier version of yourself?
I don't know if
Yep,
I
I
feel.
do.
I think
I mean, Tony, I think you're overthinking it, but like if okay, let's play devil's advocate with this.
okay.
If you didn't feel more authentic being skinny, you would stay fat.
I think I felt less like so. Again, being in a obviously I wasn't overweight my entire life. So I think feeling. So when I was when I was at my heaviest, I felt less like myself because I knew what it felt like to be thin and to be athletic and to do all the things that I was able that I might be able to do 90% of what I was able to do back then. But I think I feel more like myself now than I did, obviously two and a half years ago.
Okay.
So I
So
think
that
I think that's where I'm like in my mind. That's where I see myself because again, like bigger Tony was, you know, used to have to hide a little bit more because I was more uncomfortable about how I looked and the way I showed up. So I combated that with more humor and stuff and more self-deprecating like remarks on myself.
hmm
I think it's safe to say that, I've gotten myself to the point where, I've lost the weight I wanted to lose. Um, and I'm in this maintenance part of my journey, but I'm still I'm just now starting to get um to the point where I'm not happy again. Like I'm starting to see myself not where I think I am. I starting to see myself backpedal a little bit. But I'm not actually backpedaling. This is
what do
just
you mean
that
by
whole,
backbone?
just like, I'm not eating what I should be eating. Um, my blood pressure is going back up because of what I'm eating. And see, I think this is, and I know this is a kind of a different topic, kind of, but I like to touch on it a little bit because it's been messing with me actually today.
Okay.
Um, like, I have had weird things starting to happen. Like I'm getting lumps in places they shouldn't be, like under my armpit. I've got this weird lump. Um, I have a swollen lymph node underneath my armpit. It was really bad, but it went down, and I went to get it checked out. Because I'm a hypochondriac that freaked out about it. And they said give it a little bit, it's probably just because you're sick, you have a cold, whatever. And it's gone down since then. It's gotten better. But it's just like, and then I get these little feelings, my blood pressure's getting going higher again. And I think about, like what I'm ingesting, what I'm eating, and I compare it to where I was when I first got my surgery and how I was eating to where I'm almost 2 years post-op and I'm like, how am I eating now? And compared to where I was eating after I had my surgery, you're always on point. You're eating what you're supposed to eat. You can only eat but so much. The restriction is horrible. You can only intake but what you can intake. But now it's kind of gotten looser. It's easier to eat more food. It's easier to eat what I want to eat now. And I'm falling right back into the same trend that I started in the first place with this fight with obesity. And it's just like, you know, it's it's been kind of difficult. It's been kind of hard on my head, and I feel like I'm backpedaling. And I'm sure a lot of us, a lot of you in the comments, have dealt with the same thing. That
Yeah.
and we constantly say this is like a never-ending battle, y'all. Like
It's an
it's
it,
never
it
ending, and
is.
it
It's
really brings it
these are
to
the ups and
it really
downs.
brings it, yeah, it brings it to like it really brings an understanding that it's just a tool. Like we talk about this all the time. It's just a tool, and it's like it doesn't matter that you've lost all this weight, that you feel better or look better. I mean, my blood pressure was like 117 over 83 when I first got the surgery, right? So
hmm
I've backpedaled, and now my blood pressure is like right back where I started. Like it's like at 142 over close to 90, and it's like it's because of the shit that I'm putting in my body. And
Well,
it's just like,
yeah.
oh, what am I doing?
But are you
I
hmm
just
mean, I
sitting there
still can
saying,
fit my 32 waist, but it's still like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, you don't have the physical things, the physical changes that you can see, but the
Mm,
changes that are going on inside of your body are starting to happen, which is usually the first sign.
mm, mm,
Um, are you just sitting there saying, "What am I doing?" But are you doing
mm.
something about it? Again, and I'm going to put this out there because I
Yeah,
do the same thing. We're all going through something.
yeah,
Um, it's that matter of like recognizing the stuff, and again it's that trend of, especially in that those first 3 years of like really nailing down those habits, and that up and down journey. Again, we're gonna have ups, we're gonna have downs, but if you're gonna allow yourself to continue going down into a downward spiral, I mean, it's just how low do you want to go?
right.
Hmm.
I mean, it's really up to you. You're the person responsible for, your well-being. And that's what
Yep. And that's what, I've had the same conversation with Corby over and over again. You know, we make the decisions, man. There's no excuses because at the end of the day, we're making the decisions, right?
You know what?
So,
And yeah, you know what? I want to kind of add to that because realistically, um, like I'm 5 years out,
yeah.
and there are moments where I do eat unhealthy, but then I quickly go back and like my weight. I guess when I realized my weight wasn't losing for about a year and a half, and I like did the whole going back to 1,500 calories and drinking the protein shakes, and nothing was changing, and I'm like that's when it became more easy or accessible to be like, let me have a burger, let me have this. Like it became the easier thought process because it was available and it was like, okay. But then I realized my emotion I was eating, right? I realized like, okay, like for instance, oh man, I had a long day at work. I need to have me a fatty meal. Like that's kind of became the scenario and I was like, I can't do that no more. So it got me to realize like food still isn't going to feed my feelings. And the only feeling I'm feeding is the familiarity of comfort. And comfort's gonna kill me.
Mm,
Right. So that's why like I don't know, Rab, uh you people know I'm gonna have revision. Mm. I'm supposed to have it May 16th. I have a surgery date and all. And the reason why I'm having revision is because I want to lose another 120, 150 pounds. And I realize like even with the diet and exercise and I'm I'm not gonna touch that the way I need to touch that. All right. So I'm okay with the revision. And realistically, my doctor told me because I was such a high weight before,
mm.
they didn't cut my stomach appropriately to for the sleep for the no, not sleep for the bypass. So I had the stomach still of the, I was my stomach was similar to the size of I was when I was obese. I just mentally thought that my stomach was smaller.
Really?
So like, yeah, that's what he told me. He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, fair enough. So like the doctor reassure me it's Dr. Cribbin. Dr. Cribbin is going to be my doctor to do the what's it called, revision.
Revision, yeah.
shout out to
And,
Dr. Cribbins.
yeah, and he said I didn't need to do the Duano, you know, which I was like, man. I might be able to do the Duado. And I know when you do the Duado, like you're you're gonna be 240, 230,
Yeah,
250. Like it's so but my revision is literally the same surgery I had 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not like a revision of a sense of I'm changing the surgery. It's to be the same bypass. It's just cutting the stomach more and that's it.
really.
That's kind of what he described it as. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so wild. That's wild. I think that's the first
Mhm.
time I heard that, like cutting the stomach smaller,
Yeah, and he said that,
essentially.
yeah, because essentially that's what it is. It's just and I honestly didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
Because in my head, I thought I was like, oh, I have to do the Duano. But, I was like, okay, because I was mentally ready for like Duano switch. Let's go ahead and do it. But when he said, no, we just gonna do the bypass like you had before, I was like, oh,
right,
fair enough.
right.
We're just gonna do it right.
We're gonna do it
Yeah, like
right.
yeah, we're just gonna do it right. And I was like, cool. And
Right.
the goal is I'm really not trying to be 230, 240. I'm 6'8". I'm not trying to be that small. I'm trying to be 280, 260, maybe 260.
Yeah.
But 280 I'm cool with.
I don't know, man.
I don't think first of all, like I gotta think about this. Once I get down to like 280, 270, right? I could go ahead and do the skin removal. Once I do the skin removal, I will be like 240, 230, right?
And then you're gonna want to put all that weight on, but it's gonna be muscle that time.
Uh, Yeah. So trust me, I'm in the gym heavy. So AJ, yes, I think sometimes our uh physically change so fast that our mind hasn't caught up. Yes, I think sometimes
The body
that
decides.
happens. Yeah, I think that happens a lot of the times when it comes to people. Even once you have surgery, it's the eating, right? It's I'm eating and I'm like, oh, I'm full. I can't eat like I used to. Like how many times in the beginning of your journey did you try to eat something that you weren't supposed to have just to find yourself full or dumping? Like,
Yep.
like that's just because your body's so used to it. And I think that's why I say it like weight loss surgery is an emotional journey because emotionally you're like, what am I can't eat past my emotion now.
Yeah, no, you cannot.
So
I can't.
you guys know, and again, we all have something going on in our lives. So I
Mhm.
just found out that I have diverticulitis.
Right.
Mm.
So no more popcorn, which
Yeah.
that's what I was starting to eat, and
Really?
I was eating popcorn. Yeah, I love popcorn, but again, popcorn's like a slider food for us. It's not great.
Man, I
Uh,
punish popcorn. I hear you though.
and the other thing is that I grazed a lot, but I used to graze a lot on trail mix. So a lot of nut mixes,
Are
like
you serious?
yeah,
Trail mix? You
trail mix.
got on me so much about trail mix.
I'm ashamed. No.
Please.
But again, these are the things I'm not gonna be able to eat anymore. So
Okay.
like, and I when I started thinking about when I was having all these issues, and I thought it was just a damn hernia, and this is back in October and November, right before we went to retreat, and I'm just like, why am I getting this pain? It was diverticulitis, and I was just having a flare up, and it went away.
Yes.
And it went away when I stopped working out, and I was like, oh, it was definitely a hernia because now it doesn't hurt anymore. Completely thought it was something completely different, and now I finally had the CAT scan done. They're like, no, you got diverticulitis. I'm like, oh damn. So it's again, I'll have to change up. I mean, I'll have to change up certain things that I eat, and I mean, but I think that the grazing that I was doing, I'll have to revisit. Like maybe this will force me to stop grazing like I was.
Yeah.
Because
I
now
can.
I definitely know I can't reach for that stuff because again, I'm not willing to get, a big old fat infection in my intestines and have them start cutting out sections of my body again. I've had enough
Right.
removed out of me. I don't need any
Right.
more.
Oh goodness, we're falling apart. Not yet. Just
Yeah,
old
yeah.
age. Old age settles in. I'm telling you all, I'm I'm 51 years old, and I'm telling you, as soon as you hit that 48, 49, whoo,
Oh,
things get a
great!
little
Because
different real
I
quick.
turned 47 at the end of the month. Thanks for having.
Yeah, well, it's coming, man. You're gonna start seeing the difference, man. It's crazy.
Well,
But you know what?
I was telling Corby I didn't get to finish that part. That like, dude, I
Yeah,
woke up this morning feeling completely different. My body's been killing me. I'm not lying. My back's been killing me. Like, the weather around here, because it keeps dipping back and forth between, getting warmer to going cold. You know how it is up here in the Northeast.
Mm.
Hmm.
I woke up this morning. I'm just like, wow, like my shoes felt different. Like I was like, am I having a stroke or something? Like I have no idea. I'm like, well, I feel completely different. My I'm walking around. I feel lighter on my feet, and I'm like, oh man, I think I'm gonna run up the stairs. I'm like, my legs felt great. I felt like I was 20 again, and I'm like, this is a great feeling. I'm like, usually this doesn't happen, so today's a good day. But I just couldn't pinpoint why I felt great. I don't know if it's the
Do
fact.
you have to?
What's that?
I
No,
think
I
for you,
don't.
did you, okay.
It's sometimes like, again, if I feel great, I feel great. And I'm not saying that I don't have enough days where I feel great, but today was like extra different. Only because I think I noticed the difference because my body's been hurting lately. Um, so like I haven't like I worked out last night and I'm like, oh man, I'm feeling this. And I
Mm.
woke up this morning and I'm just like, damn, I feel good. I'm like, what the hell? Because I think I had gone like a couple weeks now of just like feeling the aches and pains, and I'm like, shit, I'm getting old. Because then that's just going off of what Rap's saying. Like there's days where you just feel it. It doesn't matter like how great you feel. Like there are days where you just feel like your aches and pains. But today was like one of those days where it's just like I don't feel anything. I'm like I feel like I could dance on a cloud. It was great. Like
Hmm.
those are wins right there.
Mm.
Facts.
So
Yeah, I know that. I know that should be is pretty tough, Josh. Walking, 45 with arthritis.
yeah.
It's definitely hard. Keep fighting though, bro. Don't give up on yourself. You keep fighting. You've taken a step. If I'm not mistaken, you've lost quite a bit of weight. More weight than you would have lost if you didn't have the tool at this point. So just trust the process. I know you're sick of hearing that. But I'm manifesting that you're going to come out at the other side right where you need to be, right where your body is supposed to be. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep fighting, keep reaching out, keep strengthening your support, your circle, and again, keep tuning in with us, man, and hang out with us every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man, and we'll walk each other through it, because you sharing your story and your content. And this goes for all of you in the comments who join us every Tuesday. You have no idea how much, everybody talks about the influence that Barry Male Experience has for the men in this community. I mean, the influence that you all have on us, you know, it all started with the influence that you all had on us. So we appreciate you all hanging out with us every Tuesday. And while I'm at it and on my little soapbox, don't forget to join BSG Bestie every Sunday night. Talk Barry to me at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. And Fadeaway Ryan has his men's mental health shop talk. What day is that, Ryan?
We'll do it today, after this meet.
So you should come hang out with us if you have the time. You want to talk, you want to get something off your chest, you want to just hang out. You want to listen, you don't have to talk, you don't have to turn your camera on. Just come on and listen and hang out at right after Barry Mel Experience. We'd love to have you come hang out and share that space for the men. Link is in the bio for that uh, Zoom chat. So,
So something I wanted to cover with you guys, and this is one of the things that I was thinking about for a lot of, and this goes back to JBY. I know we got off a little sidetrack there.
mm-hmm.
So again, we're all going to be there. The environment is something that a lot of us haven't experienced before. A bunch of us have been nominated. The excitement, a lot of us were just like, "Is this a joke?" Like we all got notifications saying we've been nominated for the top 5 or we've been put into Rising Stars. Like people are just completely confused. Like, what is this? What the hell
Mm,
is JBY? Like,
mm,
but now you've got the anticipation. now we're in the top five. Now we know that people have voted, and now the anticipation of like whether or not we're going to be able to win something. We're all in these categories, and some of us are in multiple categories.
Mm.
Um, and yet, I know that we have the joking and the teasing back and forth between our platform and Talk Barry to me and stuff. But again, like for a lot of people, this is the first time a lot of people have ever experienced like being nominated for something or being, having a chance to win something, prestigious like a JBY. Um, obviously, me growing up, I played a lot of sports, so I've been on the end of like winning a championship and being on the end, the crap end of the stick of losing the championship. So I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been on a team that's finished dead last. So I've had the ups and downs of navigating that journey of like, all right, I didn't win something. I'm okay with it. Obviously later in life when I stopped playing sports and I started to comfort myself with food, which a lot of us do. What happens like when if you don't win? For some of us in the, in this community, what happens for some of us that do win? Do we celebrate and then overindulge? Like, where's the mindset for us in this aspect? Because again, it could go south either way if you win or lose.
I mean, I think hopefully people aren't in the mindset of like self-destructive behavior after winning or losing. I think the concept is like it's them. Like, what do you? That's a too poor option for people. But no, I guess to better answer your question, um, I think people, whether they win or lose, I don't think losing is a representation of a full loss. I think a lot of times people look at losing like I lost a game or I lost the situation or I didn't win this award. Um, it doesn't mean that you're not a winner in the community of people who, I guess, voted for you or appreciate you. So like that shouldn't like dim your light because it's an award show. I'm gonna say the concept is just an award show for everyone to be there, but it's not necessarily meaning that you are a loser if you
No.
lost.
And I love that because I wanted to get your perspectives because I started thinking about it and I know we've all been talking about like the awards and stuff and we all talk about how it's a celebration of all of us. And again, it's that concept because I can feel energy from people like people are just like people are getting anxious for JBY and they're like in like and I can see where and I went back and I watched the replay again like people you see how emotional it is for people when they win but we never think about the people that don't win and where is that like I don't want people to lose sight of like all right yes and like just like you explained Corby like you didn't lose technically you didn't lose yes is being at JBY about getting a shiny trophy is it really about that or is it
No.
is
Tony,
it really part of the
you're asking
concept of just
Tony,
us
Tony,
being
Tony,
together?
Tony, you're asking God. Like I personally, I'm okay either way. But
Right.
like, if we ask other people we know,
Yeah.
they
I
might
don't
have a
I don't want
Kanye West
people I don't
moment
want
on the stage.
I don't want people to get caught up in that because I feel like it's happening and like I can feel it. I don't know
You could
why.
you could feel what?
Like just like my observations within the community of just like where JBY is coming and then watching certain like parts of like that award show and I'm just like I almost feel like I'm getting caught up in the again that the empathetic part of me of just like what I want to lift people up. I don't want people to feel bad about like not winning an award. I want everyone to be able to be happy. But I know there are certain points where it's human where people feel disappointed.
So no, I mean for me, speaking for me, um, I remember, I came in right before the JBY, the last JBY that they had, And I remember, watching a little bit of it. I was at the when I first came in to the community, that was kind of like, what the hell are they doing? They're having a freaking award ceremony for this
It's
damn
you and me
community.
both.
What's
I said the same thing.
what's up with these freaking people? They're weird, And it's like, I was watching
I
it and
didn't
I'm
say
seeing
that.
people being nominated, and
And
I'm like, yo, I want to feel like I want to feel what that's like.
but
Like I want to be accepted in this way. And we got very male experience rolling this, that, and the other. I'm the old guy in the community, ageless, you know, rock star. What is it? The timeless inspiration. Yeah, I'm like, that's cool.
Ageless inspiration.
Ageless inspiration. And I'm like, you know what? You know what? Just the fact that people hear me. I just want to be heard, man. I want people to hear me. I want to help people. I want to get people through tough times. I want to give back because I was so fucked up when I was younger, and I just did so much messed up things to people. It's like I'm not looking to be an inspiration. I'm just trying to be a better person, man. That's all. I
I
just want to
think
be better.
I think that's the cool thing about you, Rob. You
People would
using
stop
your
calling
clef.
me.
I was
People
gonna
need to
say.
stop calling me.
I was gonna say that's the cool thing about you, Rab, using your opportunity to use your voice and not
Yeah,
necessarily showcase this aspect that I have to win. Because at the end of the day, like this is fat people who are voiceless. Let's just call it
yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
giving people
Exactly.
who've lost weight an opportunity to have a voice. That's
That's right.
representation in itself.
That's right.
The,
That's
Like,
right. I'm usually best dressed.
you know,
I'm just saying.
the fact that
Yeah,
the fact that we're even there, and again, you
yeah,
guys have heard me repeat it. The fact that we're even showing up there, I wanted to be a part of this. I knew I had to be a
yeah,
part of this when I watched
yeah,
it. But
yeah,
the fact we were nominated for anything, the fact I was individually nominated for anything, and you guys had to talk me into like saying a big thank you because again, me in my own head, did I really deserve any of this?
yeah,
Because I didn't feel like I was doing anything that I didn't feel like I was supposed to already be doing. This is what I want to do. This is like who I am. This is like part of
well, then take that as people appreciating you.
exactly.
yeah. I'm
And
good with that.
it took you guys just like kind of talking me like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Like it's the fact that we're nominated like as as BME as a group, which obviously this one means the most to me obviously because the platform really took off more than I ever thought it would. We never when Rab and I started, we never knew that it would ever get to this point. We didn't think we would be up against Talk Barry to Me and Waiting Table, and it's this is something completely new. Does it mean something to me? Yes, it means something. It means that the things that we were doing in this community for this platform for the men in this community, it resonated with everyone in the community. That means more to me than anything. And if I didn't get a trophy for it, I don't need a trophy because I already have the validation that I need that we mean something.
Yes, just like Ryan said, acceptance, man.
Exactly.
You know. And the win is that we get to get up there on stage and not only represent the men in the community to the best of our ability, but we also get to represent everyone in this community as a whole
Yeah.
in a positive environment for each other.
Yes.
And along the way, all I had to do was just be me you know. So just
Hmm.
continue to be you in the comments. Um, I mean, I I truly love this community and what it's done for me over the past almost 2 years now. And I don't know. I need it. I need it in my life. It's part of my sobriety, over obesity. And these conversations that we have every Tuesday uh, mean the life to me. You know, it's involved in whatever evolving I have to continue the journey to save my life. So
Hmm.
that's how I view this.
I want people to realize that, like, again, and this is the only way I can like figuratively show, like, because people are obsessed with numbers. People, like, they can quantify differences and stuff. The amount of followers that we have for this platform, the amount of followers that each of us individually have, like, whether
Mm,
we, again, small time following compared to a large time following,
right.
we're in that mix. We don't
Hmm.
need 10,000 people. We don't need 100,000 people. We don't need a million followers for us to have the impact we have in this community. And
Right.
I want people to realize that, they may, just like I was watching people, last year for the last JBY, that they could be watching us at this year's JBY and be in the very same shoes that we're in going into the next one. I
Yeah.
don't do anything special in my eyes. I do something that I resonates with me. I walk upstairs and
Mm,
say and try to, just tell you how my day's going. And I do a little thing just to tell you, hey, here's a reminder to hydrate. I don't even say a word. I just throw some words up on the screen
right.
just as a reminder.
Right.
And that has
Showing up.
impact on people, whether it resonates with a million people or it resonates with 15. It doesn't matter. you know, this is who I am. This is what I do. You don't need to be fancy. You don't need these big flashy, like, posts to, or these viral posts to go for you to have an impact in this community. You have an impact no matter what. You can talk all you want in the comments. I did the best work I possibly could in this community, being in the comments of someone else's live. I didn't need to be on a camera. So you have value just as much as any of us sitting up here talking. So
Tony, save the speech. Save the speech for JBY.
I love it.
I don't have
And
enough time to
then
Freaking love
talk
it.
on JBY. I won't be able to do that
also,
speech.
are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry on
Yeah, he's gonna
stage? It's
cry.
okay.
I
It's
may.
okay if you do.
Yeah, I may because
I
I may
just
actually.
so I
He
see
cries,
his
I'm gonna
face.
push his ass right off the stage.
Yeah.
And
He's
you'll be
so
there to catch me.
excited.
You'll be there to catch me, Rab.
Yes, I will, bro.
Or you'll just
Yes, I
you'll, you'll
will.
just be another pancake on the floor, buddy.
That's all right.
My back.
Man,
How about
this is
if
a
one of us wins, we all stand at the edge of the stage and one of us stage dives off and we catch you.
That's a hell
who,
no.
me?
We might rip what's his name shoulder off, but we might rip Biggie's shoulder off. It's all worth it.
Yeah, we don't need to do that. I don't know that it's worth it though.
Well, we're just finishing what needed to be done. Now they're just repair it all together. It's
Yeah.
hanging on by a thread at this point.
That's funny.
Nah, bariatric warrior stuff. Yes, you are
I'm
on
not the
duty.
nurse on duty. I'll bring supplies from the hospital. How's that?
Yeah,
I'll
Mm.
bring
she
I'll, I'll
probably
bring
has
I'll
she
bring you
probably
food
has
for
them
some
in her
feeding.
purse for real on
You stick with
accident.
'em.
It
You're finally down that cup of Kool-Aid, right?
was great. So look, we're leaving tomorrow. I'm out of here. I'm leaving tomorrow at
On the
like
fourth.
1 o'clock. I'll probably get to St. Louis by midnight. So we'll be there in the building. When you getting there, Ryan?
I don't get there till Thursday night, like around 11 p.m.
So we'll see you Thursday night. What about you, Tony?
I'll be there early Friday morning. I should be landing somewhere. I think it says 8:52. So about 9 o'clock we'll be landing. I'll be
So you're
dropping
gonna
by.
miss
I'll
the
be
welcome
dropping by,
party.
waking your ass up.
You're missing the
So
welcome party.
I
yeah,
am
I'm
missing the
missing
welcome.
welcome party. So Rab, me, you, and E, we going out while they do their pajama party thing.
Oh, okay.
The little pajama jam.
I'm serious.
All right.
Like, are you down? Are you down for it or not? Like,
I don't know, man. We'll talk about
Oh, who do you need to talk?
it.
Look, We all know that I'm the one that needs permission in the group. Are you? Do you need permission?
Yeah, I might need permission first, man.
I'm so glad I'm not the one that gets all the crap now. I'm so glad it's
It's all
you.
right, man. I mean, like I said, man, I really apologize, Tony. I put you through so much shit the first, year, breaking your balls about that, man. But it's a real thing, man. Give him the class trip slip. Oh, man.
Right,
This is crazy.
Ryan. You know what you need, dude? Print off a permission slip and then give it to Tara
Yeah,
and have her sign off on it.
y'all
And
going
ask,
to
and say there's a $30 like fee for it, so he has spending
Steve,
money.
Stevie asked if we're going to the east side. I have no idea what he's talking about. Do you?
Nah, yeah, I know. No, we're not going to the east side. We'll be downtown. So we're going to Soulard. We'll be in Soulard. That's where I used to bounce at Big Daddy's. That's where I used to bounce at.
I definitely don't want anything to do with a pajama jammy jam,
Ain't gonna hurt
Arisa.
nobody. That's all I can picture is Kid and Play with the
No. So we'll figure something out. But it was
Yeah,
definitely a
you
pleasure. It was definitely a speakeasy would be nice. I like speakeasies.
there's a couple there. Like I mean I went to college down there, so like I know.
Yeah,
So
none of the above.
All right, so like
19,000.4 likes. That's
I love
awesome.
it.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you guys. And I can't wait to see you guys. I know I'm gonna be there a day late, so don't have too much fun without me.
no, we won't.
Yeah,
If y'all want to hang out on Thursdays, just reach out to me.
yeah, and I can't wait to see all of you guys down in the comments. I'm working out so I can give everyone the biggest hug ever, especially you,
Yeah.
Brad,
Yep, absolutely. After I kick your ass.
because I'm gonna put you in a headlock and then throw you down to the ground and then basically give you all the crap that I haven't been able to give you since November.
Well, take it easy now because I know secretly Ryan's probably going to give me a big leg or an elbow.
Oh, don't worry.
I might RKO you, motherfucker. Like you might get RKO'd on
Ryan and I are the
stage.
tag team champions. Tag team champions, man. If you ever
Hey,
see
you know what?
Demolition,
All jokes aside, man, for real, I love you guys, man.
nah, we
And
love
I
I
know
love
I'm
you
hard
too,
to
brother.
I know I'm hard to handle sometimes, and it's been a lot easier lately. I went through some shit, man. But I'm coming out of this little hole, man. And I'm happier than I've been in a long time. And I just really can't wait to share that with you guys when I see you. I can't wait to share that with those of you who are going in the comments. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a good time. And I will do what I can do to come out of my little box.
All right, buddy. I'm looking
Don't worry.
forward to
We're gonna drag you kicking and screaming out of that little box if you don't.
Yeah.
it.
Hey, real quick before we go, thank you so much for the 19.8 thousand looks. We appreciate it. We'll see you every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. Don't wait to check out the link in the bio with Men's Mental Health Shop Talk with Fadeaway Ryan right after we sign off. The link is in the bio for that Zoom. 20,000. That's right. Steve is losing it. We appreciate you, brother. And also, check out every Sunday night our sister chat, Talk Bari to Me, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. We will see you at the Just Be You Awards. And before I go, you've got to try out those peach and cream calcium chews from ProCare.
Are you
Thanks
bringing
for
them to
coming.
JBY?
Yes, I am.
All right, I'll trade you a couple. How's that?
Trade me a couple. I need a whole bag. You all have a great night. Thank you so much for joining us. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace out. And you got any
Peace.
takeaways, Ryan?
Be ready to see you guys by just being you.
That's
Yes.
what's up.
That is Fade Away Ryan. That is WT Barry. I am Tony D, and this has been our Barry Mail Experience. Have a good night, guys.
Peace.
Peace.